2 years in a row, Samsung have gone out the way to have a custom overclock optimized chipset from Qualcomm, and now we have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 4 Galaxy chipset in the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Is it going to be enough against the iPhone 15 Pro Max? Well, let's find out in our first ever super speed test on the Lover of Tech channel. Let's get into it. Now for the specs and performance, starting with the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 4 Galaxy chipset, and I believe it does have a maximum clock speed of 3.39 GHz, and it does have 12 GB of RAM, and there is a RAM Plus feature as well, which we're going to be testing with and without, and UFS 4.0 storage that starts at 256 GB, which my model has. And for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it is powered by Apple's custom A17 Pro chipset, and I believe it does have a maximum clock speed of 3.78 GHz, 8 GB of RAM, and their own non-volatile memory express NVMe storage, which starts at 256 gigs, but mine does have 512 GB. Okay, let's kick off what is our first official super speed test on the Lover of Tech channel. And of course, this is heavily inspired by my guy David Rahimi from Phone Buff, so a massive inspiration for me. He pretty much does the best speed test, so I'm kind of taking a lot of inspiration, but with apps that are more curated to how I would want it to actually represent for this speed test. As we're pretty much blitzing through, we go through the social media apps, then we get to the streaming applications, and right now we are on Disney Plus. And yeah, things load up actually slightly quicker on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. BBC iPlayer, where for us in the UK, this is the home of the Olympics of where it's being viewed. And as things are pretty much blitzing through, we do get to Subway Surface, and it does look like the Galaxy S24 is still ahead. And then all of a sudden, the iPhone actually loads up. Next is Temple Run, and Temple Run is a classic. This is Temple Run 2, and as we're pretty much going through, we will see which one is going to load quickest before we get onto the next application for gaming, which is flip diving. And in this particular situation here, things are pretty much level pegging, and the iPhone does load slightly quicker. As we get to flip diving, things are really blitzing through for both these devices, and the iPhone is ahead. Now with Adobe Rush, what I'm actually using is a footage from my Lumix S9, and this is a 420 10-bit H.265 color space footage. It's 1 minute on the timeline. Although they're different clips, they are pretty much the same footage from the Lumix S9. And you will notice that this H.265 file HEVC is not easy to deal with at all. And the iPhone makes mince meat of it. As I'm actually counting the seconds, it does it in 35 seconds compared to what you're actually going to be seeing on a Galaxy S24 Ultra. The iPhone makes absolute mincemeat of it. It blitzed through it. And that's all 15 apps for the first lap. And as we go through, the time we're seeing is 1 minute 55 on the iPhone. And does it keep all the apps in memory? So far it does. Temple Run is good. Subway Surfers is pretty much good. And also moving next, YouTube Music is fine. BBC iPlayer is good. Prime Video is good. Disney Plus is good. YouTube is good. Snapchat, no problem. Threads, Facebook, Twitter or X, Instagram, and then last is TikTok, and it actually does this in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. As it's actually finished, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra is still exporting and rendering this video, so it tells you it's putting a lot of work and effort in, and the difference in terms of the chipset performance and optimization on these platforms with Adobe Premiere Rush, it's crazy. But remember, this is without the RAM Plus feature on. So as it finishes app number 15, it does this pretty much in 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Will it keep it in RAM? And no, it doesn't. Flip diving needs to be reloaded and actually reloaded. It's crazy. And then when we get to Temple Run, it's the same story. It needs to be reloaded. So it looks like without RAM Plus on, it's a lot of work to keep these heavy apps open on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Ooh, this is interesting. Temple Run is pretty much the same story. Is it going to be the same story for Subway Surfers? And it is. It needs to reload. It's not where it was before. Damn, this is crazy without RAM Plus. And then what we're looking at with the other apps, it looks to be blitzing through fine. Prime Video, Disney Plus, YouTube, Snapchat, loads a little bit. Threads is good. Facebook, no problem. Twitter, no problem. Instagram, all good. TikTok done. And the final time that we have is 3 minutes 59 for the Galaxy S24 Ultra without RAM Plus. Now let's run this back again, but this time we're gonna actually activate RAM Plus with the maximum 8GB option that the Galaxy S24 Ultra offers. We really wanna see here, will the heavy apps, especially the gaming apps, stay in memory? And is this going to give it a chance? Is it going to help Adobe Rush in any way perform better with the exporting compared to the times we had before with that blistering speed of 35 seconds on the iPhone 15 Pro Max compared to the 1 minute 39 seconds that we had with the S24 Ultra? Are things going to be better with RAM Plus? Well, let's go through it and see. So far in this particular run, you're seeing that the iPhone 15 Pro Max is slightly ahead. And that was probably down to the fact that there was a slight animation with the Amazon Prime application this time around. So maybe take a couple of seconds off for that. But as we're pretty much going through, the main thing here is to see, will RAM Plus make a difference? Will keep in with the heavy apps for gaming in memory for them to be in the same place as they were from before? As we're pretty much going through, flip diving is done, and then the video exporting on Adobe Premiere Rush on the iPhone is pretty much in play. And as we activate it, like we said before, in real time, it is going to do this in 35 seconds. And it's crazy, that chipset optimization on this A17 Pro and what Apple have done with iOS on this one is crazy. The media encoder in there is ridiculous. Now, when we start this with Adobe Premiere Rush, it does look fast, but I've had to speed it up because, again, I don't want you to be hanging around and seeing this, but it actually did this slightly quicker, 1 minute 35 seconds in this particular round for the Galaxy S24 Ultra with RAM Plus on. So it does look to be helping it a little bit in some way. But in terms of the finishing time for the first lap, as we're going through it, you can see it pretty much there, 3 minutes and 15 seconds for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And it does keep the heavy apps in RAM. Subway Surfers and Flip Diving, as well as Temple Run 2, and all the other apps that run through, BBC iPlayer, Prime Video, Disney Plus, YouTube. And then what we also have with Snapchat, Threads, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as TikTok, all kept in memory, no problem. So this is making a much bigger difference with RAM Plus on if you're selecting a maximum 8GB. And that is it with our first ever super speed test on the Lover of Tech channel. Please feel free to give us any constructive feedback on how we can make these videos better. We're learning as we go. We might have to adapt this style, but again, like we said, we took heavy inspiration from our guy David Rahimi from Phone Buff. I know him quite well, I would like to say so. I hope he doesn't mind too much, and I'm sure you guys wouldn't either. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.